What up, Solid Snake? How's it going? Trying to make sure my thumbnail got changed. For some reason, I had an old thumbnail on there. Ah, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, we are live, and we're gonna talk about a few things. Look at some new, few things. Probably do a little bit of editing along the way. If everything works out, everything pans out. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. All right. Let's see here. What do we want to go over first? Got a few things, a few articles I saved I want to talk about today on stream. I make a couple videos on it. And the first one we got here. Well, let me see here. Because I think... okay. Okay. There we go. Alright, so I changed up a little bit of things in my OBS, so I want to see how it goes. Let me turn this music down. That song was getting annoying. Oh, shit. All right. So, first thing here. Let's see if we can switch this over. Boom. Do something like that. So I got two little screens here. I kind of can't really make up my mind on which one I want. So I got this screen where like the camera's kind of cut out. You know what I mean? And then I got this other one I was kind of setting up, but I really didn't finish. Is this right here. Boom. It's kind of blocking a lot of stuff on screen though. So I don't know if like maybe I could like move it over. If like say I'm like reading an article and we kind of just kind of go through it. Maybe that kind of works. I don't know. Kind of cool. But yeah, this is the article. We'll wing it. We'll see how this goes. This is the article I wanted to read. Like that's not fitting. Or maybe it is. Trying to increase the size of this and it's not working. There we go. Gotta grab it by the corner. I feel like that's kind of cool. Like reading an article. Anyways, yeah. It says The Last of Us is the greatest video game series I've ever experienced. The name of this article is Why The Last of Us Part 3 Needs to Happen. See if I can turn it off. Okay. I also have my game on the background. We need to... hear my... the PlayStation's on. But yeah, I feel like my head's kind of chopped off though, huh? Maybe we should resize it. I don't know. Trying out different things. push this over. Turn this off for now. Okay, so yeah, we got this one, and then we got this one. I feel like if I move over too much, I get cut off. So I might have to like resize that up. So, all right. Then I was working on the other scene. I don't know. Here's my chatting scene, gameplay scene, which I have 2 cameras. I'll just like mute this one. Boom. And like have that going. I couldn't decide whether or not if I wanted the camera on the left or right side. Fantastic. Boom. See, when I do that. I feel like that's a good volume. I feel like it's louder in my ear than what it is on stream. I got that. I got that. It's basically the same. Okay. Here we go. But yeah, this article is basically, I saw a glimpse of it last night. It's called Why The Last of Us Part 3 Needs to Happen. Yeah, I feel like if I'm going to be moving around, I might need to resize this. Let's see if we can do that. I'll worry about it later. Anyways, so yeah, this was July 28th. So, a couple days ago. Says, like many gamers of my generation, I've lived through the emotional highs and heartbreaks of the Last of Us franchise. From the first time I turned on the PS3 and started walking through the wrecked streets of Boston, I was hooked. Man, that does take you back. Takes you back to like when you very, very first played The Last of Us, the first version on PlayStation 3. It was a sight to behold, man. It was a vibe. It almost felt like, I don't know if maybe it's just me, but almost like it was such a realistic looking game like nothing before. Like just the groundedness and the grittiness of it was crazy. Adrian, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Its characters felt real, and its world resonated with me during high school and into early adulthood. So this dude must be around the same age as me, around the same time frame. The series shaped how I viewed storytelling in games. We are reading an article called Why The Last of Us Part 3 Should Happen. Multiplayer mode and the community-built maps introduced me to friendship that remained strong more than a decade later. Cobbleton rooftop shootout tournaments and Joel versus Ellie discussions kept me engaged year after year. Joel versus Ellie, who would win that battle? That's crazy. The Last of Us felt personal, human, and unforgettable. That is why I say this. Naughty Dog is dropping the ball by not committing to a third main release, or even more spin-off seasons of the series. Hell, I'd like a spin-off game. Like I was talking to somebody a while back on stream. I feel like a spin-off version of when Joel and Tommy were together, struggling to survive, like a prequel with them two, would be really good. Part 2 was breathtaking in scope and emotion, and the HBO show has reignited interest across global audiences, yet it feels like the game franchise itself has stalled. Trilogy plans evaporated, and promised E3 reveals never materialized. Last of Us Part 3 needs to be a global event. Part 2 delivered on one of the most ambitious narratives ever in gaming, with a complex morality arcs, mature themes, and gorgeous world design. But that momentum stopped. There was a promise of DLC, multiplayer expansions, or even a Part 3 tease. Instead, we watched the TV adaptation walk into American living rooms and capture global hearts. Yep, unfortunately, there was no multiplayer for the second one, and it just broke a lot of people's hearts. While the series earned accolades and record viewership, the game universe has remained dormant. DLC for Part 2 was quietly canceled when internal reorgs hit. Meanwhile, fans who stayed loyal through double-digit playthroughs have moved on, or worse, found little reason to revisit the game beyond occasional replay. That kind of wake matters. Emotional stake of Part 2 deserved a sequel, not a nostalgic pause. What could The Last of Us Part 3 be? Imagine a new chapter set years after Seattle's final stand. Could return to Ellie with her evolved character arcs, backlit by world rebuilding, and lingering trauma. New locations, factions, and unanswered losses. Absent in the TV show, could be deepen the lore. Multiplayer might reintroduce factions or a reimagined arena mode alongside story co-op episodes. Yeah, dude. A new factions mode? Ugh. One could dream. One could dream. Like I said, even an arena mode or some type of battle royale. I know a lot of people don't care for the battle royale, but I feel like they could make it work somehow with the lore of The Last of Us. Like somebody was saying, like if you had instead of like a ring or like a storm, it was kind of like spores closing in on you, like a spores storm or some shit. That'd be crazy. Let's see, where were we at here? Yeah. Could finally migrate to Unreal Engine 5 for richer environments, dynamic physics, and expanded online mode communities. A third installment would elevate the franchise beyond cult classic status. It could integrate seasonal content or digital tie-in episodes, bridging gaps between games. Fans want to feel that world again on their consoles with new mechanics, emotional resonance. Naughty Dog could reignite the community and reward both old and new players in style. Why keeping the series exclusive to HBO isn't enough. TV adaptation accomplishes something few game-to-screen projects ever do. Honor the source material while reaching new fans, but without new games, and in cases of the franchise, and yeah, I feel like that's why the only reason why they've re-released remaster after remaster is because they knew they brought in so many new fans from the HBO series, and all those new fans was like, oh, we got to play this game. We got to play this game. And then they just capitalized on that and just came out with all the remasters. Sony and Naughty Dog have taken high-level storytelling to new heights, but emotional bond built through gameplay, through the Fireflies, through fractured relationships, deserve to stay alive as an interactive medium. Leaving the legacy unextended stings fans who spent hours walking alongside Ellie or Abby. It's time to bring the survivors back. Final take. Last of Us Part 3 arrives. It should arrive with determination and faith. Not as a cash grab expansion, but as a full narrative sequel that honors the game that what came before. Space for new characters, new roles, new trauma, and new hope. It was signaled that Naughty Dog isn't just telling stories, they're continuing them. The series once redefined cinematic gameplay. Now it needs to set the bar again. Part 3 would bring emotional closure, gameplay evolution, and creative reassurance. It would remind us why this world matters, and how powerful interactive storytelling can still be. Facts. Facts. I agree. I agree. Let's see here. Boom. Think about that. That. Refresh. There we go. Yeah, man, I definitely feel like if they are going to make a Last of Us Part 3, that I hope it's already in the works and it comes out sooner rather than later, because like he was saying, like the whole re-releases and remasters of the game are kind of like beating a dead horse, which like I said, the only reason why they did that is because they wanted to capitalize on all of the new fans coming from the HBO series. And I get it, but it's like, man, if they had that third installment, but maybe it was just too much too soon. Maybe we just got to let them cook. And hopefully, if they do have a part 3, that they have a multiplayer in some fashion. I'd rather them keep it simple and just do factions again, because we saw the result of them trying to do a live service. And that was a whole fiasco that I don't even want to get into. But that was the first article that I want to get into. Why The Last of Us Part 3 needs to happen. Guess I should probably move that. All right. You know, I thought this was an interesting one. Says, well, fucking stupid ads. There we go. Says, after Suicide Squad, WB is making another live service DC game. The fuck? This was published 2 days ago. See if we can move this over. Says WB may be producing some solid movies and TV shows as of late, despite all its corporate and branding drama, but video games, it's in a weird place. After the huge success of the single-player Hogwarts Legacy and the utter disaster that was the live service Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, the demand from David Zaslav at the top was more live service games, and here we are, with WB gearing up for another DC one, it seems. How the fuck did they not learn their lesson from the first attempt? Like, I don't know. Unless they're going to completely redo how they go about this. I don't know. News comes from a job listing, Tech for Games. List is a new executive producer job at WB Montreal, hiring for an unannounced game. Lead the development of a high-quality AAA game based on one of the iconic IPs from the vast Warner Bros. And DC Comics catalog. Okay, that's good, but they also have to oversee post-launch content and live service strategy, ensuring ongoing player engagement. Oh no. Not easy to forget what a disaster Rocksteady Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League was, which debuted with poor scores, poor sales, and poor retention for its live service aspects. After Marvel's Avengers had tried and failed to make a live service superhero game, Suicide Squad was an even worse attempt and reportedly lost WB $200 million, bro. That is fucking insane. First of all, like, because Marvel Avengers, I played a little bit of that because, you know, it was hype around, you know, the MCU. And it was not that great. I mean, the story was lackluster. You could tell the shit was thrown together. But saying Suicide Squad, I mean, I didn't touch it, but it's saying that Suicide Squad was even worse than Marvel Avengers. Yeah, that's 200 million, bro. That is insane, man. When are these developers going to realize that these lives, like, I mean, there's a few of these live service games that actually work. Like, you know, Helldivers 2, that's kind of like one that I can think of off the top of my head, but I don't know, man. There's a certain way you got to go about making these live service games, man. It's got to be authentic, man. And not just, you got to buy everything. Supposed to be a more traditional Arkham game. There is supposed to be a more traditional Arkham game in the works for Rocksteady, according to past reports, but WB does not seem like it's going to be able to give up the chase to try and jam DC superheroes into a live game. It's crazy. Dude, is this still part of the article? And we got all these stupid fucking pop-ups and shit. hard enough to sustain a live service game, especially one based producing significant ongoing PvE content, but it's even harder with a superhero concept. Evidenced by these failures, Marvel's Avengers had to awkwardly insert bizarre loot like finding drops of Black Widow belts or Hulk rib cages. Also, quickly, yeah, it's just they didn't go about it in a way that made sense. Like, yeah, like I said, like buying Hulk rib cage, or not buying, but like finding Hulk rib cage is like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, people see past the stupid ass shit. It's like, this is a lazy ass attempt for you to have all these extra loot items so you can just keep us into the game. Just keep us playing, desperate attempt to keep us playing your game, and it's just not working. Ugh. Quickly realized the pace of delivering new heroes and content was wildly harder than they thought. And they fell behind without ever catching up. See, like, if they made a live service, like, Marvel can make a live service game. I mean, anyone can make a live service game and it be good. It's just how these developers go about it is dog shit. Like, if Marvel decided to make a live service game and it was more like the Ultimate Alliance games, like how those were back in the day, like, it'd probably work. But a lot of people, a lot of times, like me, for instance, I don't care for, like, having to purchase shit with real money. Just let us unlock the shit through playing the game and, like, unlocking, like, completing challenges and completing certain tasks, or, like, do certain things, you know? Like, the whole ideology of having to spend real life currency on a game just to have something is just idiotic to me. To its credit, Suicide Squad did not produce its year of content in a timely manner before throwing in the towel, but it wasn't good. Similar problem existed with loot, as the game attempted to make all its characters use guns, including ones where it made no sense, like Captain Boomerang and King Shark. It also had a story. Yeah, see, that's just lazy, bro. It's just lazy shit. It's like, well, we'll just make everybody have to use guns, and that way they're more inclined to purchase skins for the guns and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's lazy, bro. Why the fuck is a Shark character or Captain Boomerang using a fucking firearm? Also had a story everyone hated based around an uncomfortable concept of killing off the Justice League. Though in the follow-up content no one played, it was revealed those were actually all clones, and the real Justice League, JLA, survived, except Wonder Woman, RIP. No indications about what kind of game this would be. James Gunn has previously said he wants the DCU to have attached video games, which seemed incredibly ambitious given the developed timelines. Not impossible. This could be the plan, however, as WB desperately wants to get the DCU off the ground, and a good live service game could bolster that. Making a good live service superhero game, however, is going to be the next to impossible. A lesson WB very much should have learned. Yeah, you'd think. And I mean, just like a Marvel's Avengers is trying to, like they tried to come out with their live service game to capitalize on the hype of the MCU. I mean, the WB is just trying to make a new DC live service game to kind of capitalize on the hype for the new DC movies, especially with the new Superman. They're kind of revamping the DCU. So, I mean, I get it, but, like, y'all got to go about this shit in a fucking more respectable way. Just live service games just have such an entire bad reputation in general. Granted, like I said, you kind of have the exceptions like Helldivers 2, but as a majority, live service games just, for the most part, leave a sour taste in gamers' mouths. I don't know. You figure these fucking studios would learn their lesson the first time. Crazy. Crazy. Figured they learned the first time around. Yeah, I think there's a couple more articles I want to get into, and then I'll probably do some more editing. I need to finish this top 10 plays video, and then do a couple other edits and stuff. Let me make sure this is all good. Okay. I feel like my microphone's over too much. Let's do something like that. Something like that. All right. What's next? So that was WB making another DC live service game. Gotta love it. What is this? The fuck? Let's see. Gotta love it. All right. Trying to see if I can change my thumbnail because I'm thinking about running some factions. I haven't played that game in a minute. Let's see. If I do that, it kind of stays. Oh. What if I link this? Split screen vertical. Kind of goes like that. Stays like that. Scene. Can we show linked scenes? PC screen. That as well. So like that. Kind of like that. Boom, like that. Okay. Interesting. Kind of like changes positioning a little bit. I'm also kind of trying to figure out. Maybe we mess with some OBS settings here. I don't know. While we're just chilling. But I'm kind of trying to revamp the stream. Trying to revamp the layout in OBS, and I'm kind of debating on whether or not I want to have this camera on this side, on the right, or have it on the left. I'm debating on if I like this cutout. Because there for a while I was using a green screen. I don't know if I want to use a green screen or not. It's a lot of work to set up. I mean, I got the green screen right there, but I gotta like make sure the lighting's perfect and shit, just for the green screen to not look shitty. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull it up over here on this side. Yeah, see, there's only so many. See, I got this one, and then I got it over here. Turn the game on, see how it looks. I also kind of want to do, I have some plugins that I need to set up. Like the same thing. Okay. And then boom. We go like this, like that, and then we go like that. Group this. So if that's all, oh shit. All right, my bad, dog. So that gets rid of that. That gets rid of that. But depending on the game I play, I guess it'll kind of figure out how well the that's the story mode. How well the camera looks. But I kind of want to do like a chat that's like along the bottom. Below, kind of like the on the very bottom, like across the whole screen, that kind of slides across. Because right now I just have regular old game chat from Restream, which isn't bad. I mean, I have a couple plugins I need to figure out how to set up. I'm thinking about changing my chat because I'm using Restream right now. And on my side, man, the chat is like super tiny. But I know I was oh no, we're not doing that. I was using the multi-chat plugin with Stream Elements. The chat, I was able to actually like zoom the chat in and make it really big, and it combined in my vertical chat, which was super nice. I should have just kept it going. I can't remember why I installed it. There was some issue I was having. Some issue. Man, I thought I downloaded those plugins. Did I not? Let me see something here. thought I downloaded these widgets. Thought I downloaded fuckers, bro. See, when I lay that down, it kind of gets rid of chat. I don't really like that. The dude just download the instructions. It didn't download the actual. Confused. That makes sense. Are these it, right? We'll see. I don't know, I might have to close OBS and restart. It might just fucking stop the stream, who knows? I don't know, this might close out OBS on me, unfortunately.